I call Jonathan Young.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Before I address this bill, I would just like to make a comment that I do hope the Green Party are not getting too encouraged by the colour of my tie today, but I'd like to acknowledge today is St Patrick's Day, and I wear this in acknowledgement of my wife's forebears who come from Ireland. Sir, how interesting it is that today, perhaps I know this has been a very controversial issue over the years, MPs' remuneration, but how interesting today, sir, to be standing in the House to debate the decrease of that. Most people, sir, would be debating for the increase of their remuneration, and indeed I believe that we are responding to what the Prime Minister has properly assessed to be not just public sentiment, but, sir, just exactly where things ought to be regarding this issue and this debate. As the previous speaker has said, his history of comment has been around this particular area that restraint is very important. And so one of the criteria that the Remuneration Authority look at when they make decisions and recommendations around this is the area of prevailing adverse economic conditions. Now, we celebrate that New Zealand is doing better, but it wasn't long ago that we remember that this country was needing to borrow $300 million a week in order to maintain the services and soften those hard edges of recession for New Zealanders. And sir, we are coming out of that dire period of time, and this country is starting to do well, but sir, we still need restraint. And it is unfair, and even we would use that term unethical, for us to say to the people of New Zealand to exercise restraint while MPs' salaries appear to be increasing unrestrained. And sir, it's important for us here in this House not only to lead debates but to live debates, to be examples of that which we hope other people will follow. I know that is a concept, I think, that many people would perhaps wonder at, but that is the aspiration, the ideal, sir, that we ought to have in this House. And sir, so it is important for us to address this matter. One of the other areas where the authority look at is this issue of fair relativity with comparable positions. And sir, no doubt there are discussions and decisions, determinations made upon what those comparable positions may be. But what this government has determined, and no doubt those who support this bill, is to say that the increases should be comparable to that of the public sector. And so I support that, because indeed we are members of the public sector. We do stand in this place to serve the public. We are public servants. And whilst there are many aspects of our work that may go beyond that which the public sector may do at large, there's many demands, many pressures. There is very transient in terms of the positions that people have. They can be very short, and often it's very difficult for MPs when they leave this House to find their way back into the workforce. There's all of these factors. The fact is also, sir, that the work that we do is often demanding upon our families, upon our time, and I have not yet come across an MP who works 40 hours a week. They all tend to work more. They all tend to put huge effort, and I haven't come across an MP, sir, who does this job for the money. They do it because they believe in New Zealand. They want to improve New Zealand. They do it because they want to make a difference. And sir, I know many MPs who work 70 plus, 80 plus hours a week in service of their communities. So to bring down a salary to an hourly rate is not what this is about. Actually, what it's about, sir, is being in step with the public sector being in step with New Zealanders in terms of remuneration. And I think around this country, New Zealanders by and large will say that we are landing in the right space regarding this bill. And sir, I'm very pleased and I look forward to making comment further on in the process of this bill, but I am very pleased to stand in support of it. Thank you.